Hi, I'm Steve Onderhart, Research Director with Interactive Media Strategies, and welcome to this edition of the Best Practice Videos Executive Briefing Series. Joining me today is Lou Schwartz, CEO and founder of Multicast Media. Welcome, Lou.
Thanks, Steve. Nice to be with you.
Can you tell us a little bit about Multicast Media and what you folks do on an everyday basis?
Sure. Multicast is essentially an outsourced provider of digital media services. We provide an array of products and services ranging from the typical services that you would see over the web, live video, video on demand, and a linear channel management system, which enables our content owners or clients to be able to schedule and program a full linear channel, much like cable and satellite.
Now, you folks have been around a long time, since 2000. Tell us about how you got started in the religious or godcasting market and where you're growing from that foundation.
Well, the faith-based market was the original vertical market that we focused on. When we conceived of the technology and decided on the business model to pursue, we were in search of a content owner or customers that were accepting of a fee-for-service model. You know, broadcasters that were accustomed to paying for distribution. And we evaluated the traditional television model, and we saw two content owners, infomercials and TV evangelists, being the only content owners that pay for broadcast time. All of the content is subsidized by the broadcast networks through the sale of commercials. And we knew we had a very strong value proposition, going after the faith-based market. I didn't think people would watch infomercials 24 hours a day on their PC. But I knew with the appeal of being able to deliver content worldwide, the faith-based market would immediately embrace that. And all the other interactive features that we deliver around the video, including click and make a donation or click and buy a product, was really a compelling offering for the faith-based market. It turns out, today we're the leaders in that space. Within the faith-based market alone, we do in excess of 3,000 live video events from venues all over the world. So that was critical to really following and evolving with the market, as opposed to trying to develop a new business model.
Now, that's a great foundation to start from, but you're finding new ways to leverage online video in other areas, particularly for business communications applications?
That's right. Much like the faith-based market, the enterprise market was the earliest adopters of leveraging video delivered over the web. But really for presentations, where the CEO or quarterly earnings announcements are being delivered in a video or audio format with PowerPoint or slide companion information or collateral. We believe that the enterprise, much like the faith-based market, will see the value in communicating their message over the web. And where the enterprise was limited mainly to the investor relations divisions, we think that PR, marketing, and communications will embrace the products and services that we deliver to now incorporate video into every aspect of their communication strategy.
Now, what factors are coming together in the marketplace that makes now the right time for businesses to start thinking about multimedia and online video communications?
Well, I think it's the natural expansion of broadband service and broadband penetration to the home, the speeds at which data is being transmitted to the end user, the last mile, has steadily increased over the last 7 years to the point where it's actually a pleasing experience to sit back and watch video delivered over your PC. That wasn't necessarily the case, 7 years ago, and our audience was very forgiving over a choppy or inconsistent experience. Today, it's much more consistent and much more television-like to receive and to interact with video delivered over the web.
Now, you have a relatively fresh service offering called Vidigo. Tell us a little bit about that and how that tries to appeal to the business communicator.
If you look back over the last, if you look back 7 years when we started the company, we were a fully managed service offering only. As our customers became more sophisticated and as the market embraced video delivered over the web, we evolved our product offering to the point where we have a complete self-provisioning platform. All of the administrative services that we provided historically are now being provided through an automated system, which we are marketing as Vidigo. And Vidigo is intended to be a software-as-a-service application for the enterprise market and more particularly the SMB space. The enterprise that doesn't have the financial capability to commit to $150,000 plus, document or asset management system, but can leverage our software as a service system to store, to publish, and to realize all the analytics and ROI through a end-to-end application that's at a price point that's acceptable to most organizations. And so Vidigo, at the lowest level, just the asset management functionality alone should appeal to most organizations that want to have a redundant outsource to store not only the video, but other rich media collateral so that they can assemble and publish from the application.
Now, what we found in our research is that in most organizations that are thinking about multimedia, you have your evangelists and you have your doubting Thomases in regards to the relative power of multimedia as a communications tool. What can you share with those evangelists who are trying to promote the use of online multimedia by their organizations? Why is now the time that people should be looking to adopt online multimedia?
Well, I mean, naturally, organizations are finding more efficient ways of communicating. The attention span of the audience is much more limited. The amount of time that people are spending in front of their television is decreasing, and the amount of time they're spending in front of their PC is increasing. So you have a captive market. You have a market that has a limited attention span, and creating more powerful communications with video is going to be the only way for them to communicate to their target audience. Text-based communications is just not going to capture the mass market like it did. And I think more and more organizations are beginning to realize that they need to shift their entire communication strategy away from a text-based philosophy to a more richer way of communicating that's much more succinct and focused.
Lou, thanks so much for taking the time to share your insight on the multimedia market with us. That's all the time we have. Thanks for your time.